Good morning, St. Peter's. I'm Tom Entrup. I was born and raised a Roman Catholic in Bergen County, which is in northeast New Jersey. I married Diane in 1986 and have 4 adult children. We moved to Old Bridge in 2019 in preparation of my retirement. I retired in March 2021 after a 35-year accounting and finance career. In 2017, I began to address my conflicts with the Catholic Church. I felt that churches and its followers should be Christ-like and love all of God's creations equally. I could no longer ignore the hypocrisy of the Catholic Church. So I began a journey of researching different Christian churches and their beliefs. I found the Episcopal Church closely matched my faith and moral values. I have been extremely blessed that Diane was willing to explore these options with me. We found a small Episcopal church in northern New Jersey that was very welcoming, had a great weekly message, and matched my beliefs. Ultimately fortunately, we moved to Old Bridge and needed to begin our search once again. We tried the Catholic Church close to our home, but I found it political and unforgiving in its messaging. I visited several Episcopal churches, but none felt right. One held a Mass in a converted home where parishioners sat on folding chairs. Another had most of its readings directly from the Old Testament with long, meandering sermons. I continued my search and found the St. Peter's Freehold website. The first thing I noticed was a picture of this beautiful church. As I continued perusing the website, I was impressed with the amount of community outreach. Although it was 30 minutes from our home, we gave it a try. Our first visit would not disappoint. The church and its surrounding property was beautiful and felt peaceful and spiritual. We experienced beautiful music with Britt and the choir, balanced readings with a great sermon from Father Dirk, and a welcoming congregation. This awesome experience brought us back again and again. We found that it was not a one-and-done experience, but continued week in and week out. We were convinced this was the place we belonged and became formal parishioners. When COVID began to restrict gatherings, I was impressed how quickly Father Dirk implemented online Mass, which allowed us to stay connected to St. Peter's in a time of need. After retiring, and COVID impact still being felt, I had moments where I felt lost professionally. I spent 35 years developing my skills, and then suddenly it was no longer needed. We met with Father Dirk to see how I could help. His eyes lit up when I explained my background, and he immediately came up with areas where my help was needed. He asked me to participate in the finance committee meetings. He also had special projects in mind, such as a review of our insurance policies to ensure we were properly protected. Lastly, he wanted me to conduct an audit of the financial statements and business and financial processes, which is an annual requirement of the diocese, but had not been done for over 8 years. I conducted my first audit in 2022 for 2021 financial year. Father Dirk, the Finance Committee, Teresa DeFiorio, and Jim Price have been very supportive and receptive of my findings and recommendations. With 35 years of experience, I know this kind of support is rare. I feel God and the Holy Spirit brought us here to St. Peter's. It is a blessing to be part of this very special parish. Not only do we get to practice our faith in a place that feels right from every perspective, but I get to contribute my financial expertise where it is needed. I would like to thank Father Dirk, Britt and the choir, the Finance Committee, Teresa DeFiorio, Jim Price, and all the parishioners of St. Peter's for our phenomenal experience. And last but most importantly, I want to thank my wife Diane for all support and being at my side during this journey.